like, like, oof. Hey guys, I've got some new products in from Dior. They just came out with a loose powder. I am dying to try this. I got this in the shade 01 Fair. I have not always had the best luck with Dior powders, so I'm very, very curious about this because their most recent release of their pressed powder, I think that was maybe earlier this year or maybe even late last year, I actually liked that one. So I had high hopes for this. We'll definitely try it out. And then I did get a couple of, well, a few things from the Lucky Clover collection. I did get the green storied quint, the eyeshadow quint. How cute is this little pouch that it comes in? Here is the quint. Oh, it's so cute. Look at the little embossing on there of the 4-leaf clovers. Now, this color story really reminds me of another one. Is it another Dior palette? What does this remind you of, guys? Please let me know down below in the comment section. What does this remind me of? Oh God, this is gonna kill me. I'm gonna wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning tonight and like scream out what it is I was thinking of. Anyway, that's the quint that I got. And then I got both of the blushes that came out with this collection. So this first one is Charmed Coral. It's number 889. It's this guy. I'm just curious if this is overspray or this other color kind of goes to the bottom of the pan. We'll definitely swatch and figure that out. And then this other one is Lucky Pink, which is a shimmer 849. Oh yeah, this is so pretty. This one has like a little bit of a sheen to it. You can see it in the pan right there. And oh, the Charmed Coral is supposed to be a shimmer too. I don't think I noticed it in this one. Oh yeah, it's a little bit more subtle in the coral versus the pink. Anyway, we'll get it on my cheeks and we will see exactly how shimmery that is. But first, I want to try that loose powder. And I don't have any makeup on right now. I just have my skincare down. So I thought I would just go in with my most recent favorite foundation. This is the Westman Atelier. What's the full name? Bio Supreme something? What's the full name? Supreme Bio Complex Liquid Foundation. And I have it in the shade L1. And I'm just going to shake this up because I've actually been using like a tester bottle from them. And I haven't actually used the real bottle yet. And I'm also going to be using their new liquid foundation brush that they released with this foundation. So I'm going to pump a couple, actually maybe 3 pumps out. And then pick it up with this brush. This brush is really great. It is soft, but firm so that it moves the product really effortlessly. Very nice. Okay, so I've got a nice layer of that foundation down. And I do want to put a little bit of concealer down. I actually cannot locate, this is making me nervous too, my Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer in 1.5N. I only have 2N down here, which is strange. I don't know where that one is. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Chanel Le Beige concealer, and I have this in the shade B20. So I'm just going to tap this one on. And I thought this would be a good concealer to use to kind of test out this powder because this is a fairly emollient serum-like concealer. So I wanted to see how good it was at setting this down and also how it looks over such a creamy concealer. Okay, foundation, concealer is down. Let's go ahead and try out this powder. So here's the packaging. I love this puffy top. It's just like their compact powder. And this is plastic, by the way. It's a frosted plastic, so it's not too heavy. Got a nice puff inside. And oh, let's peel this off. Oof. There's an interesting fragrance to this powder. I think it's similar to their blush. kind of sweet. It's so odd because it's kind of sweet. Dior's been making some very interesting choices in terms of fragrance and then fragrancing their like complexion and face products. It's so odd. I feel like this is very related to the way their foundation stick smells, but the foundation stick smells a little bit more like a fresh scent versus something kind of sweet, almost edible, like their blush. Okay, sorry, I don't mean to linger on that. All right, so here is the top. It's got the panache print on there with the little perforations, and it's got a CD in the middle. So I'm just using the Ilia Precision Powder Brush. I really like this brush. It's a little bit smaller than a typical powder brush, but since I really want to focus this around my eyes, I thought this would be nice. Okay, with powder, without powder. I'm going to take a close look here. It is very matte in its appearance, but it doesn't look drying. It doesn't look like it's like sucking the life out of my skin. Where their previous loose powder definitely did that for me. It just really looked like it was sucking the life out of me, like a powder vampire. Okay, all right, I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm also, just to note, putting on a very, very small amount. I'm picking up the littlest bit and I'm knocking a lot of it off on my hand and then just patting it on my skin here. I would say this is definitely oily skin friendly. It is, I think, running the risk of looking a little bit too matte for my personal taste, and for my dry skin, it's just not ideal. But I think if I just focus a little bit around my eyes and then just where I get a little bit shiny, like the base of my nose, between my brows or whatever, maybe a little bit on my chin, I think this is okay. I don't think this is a powder I'm going to use just sort of, you know, like all over my face willy-nilly. I think I would end up looking a little bit too dry. All right, let me just add a little bit to this eye, and then that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the rest of my face unpowdered. So I think it just sort of depends on what you're looking for in your powder. If you want something that is quite mattifying, this is gonna be one. If you're looking for one like me, I'm usually looking for one that will set down my makeup and all of that, but not leave my skin quite so dry looking. This may not be the one for you. And if you don't want fragrance in your powder, definitely stay away from this one. It's so unusual. Oh. Now I'm starting to feel like it smells like their skincare. Such an unusual choice for face powder. I don't really like, as you guys know, I don't really like a lot of fragrance in my makeup. And then powder, which is something, I don't know, I think fragrance powder maybe is a very popular thing. I feel like something I'm going to put all over my face. It just feels very overwhelming. So on the Dior site, they say this is ultra blurring. It's waterproof loose setting powder. It mattifies and smooths for a flawless finish. You know, like I said, definitely mattifying. In terms of blurring, I don't know that I would necessarily say it's blurring. I don't think it's emphasizing my fine lines, but I don't feel like I've got that filtered effect going on, where I get that a lot with like the Patrick Star loose powder that has like a real like blurring effect. I feel like I even get that with the Kosas loose powder, the Fenty Beauty loose powder. Those have like blurring effect. This one, I think, just doesn't emphasize my fine lines. So 24-hour wear in hot and humid conditions. That's the waterproof part, so that's great. It's got hyaluronic acid to help preserve the skin's natural hydration, hopefully. Helps blurs the appearance of pores for 24 hours and control shine. This does come in 5 shades, and the retail on this is, because I've already forgotten, is $56. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to keep playing around with this one and just see how I like it. I will say, I do like this more than their previous loose powders, which again, have always looked really dry on my skin. This does not have that. It's just very, very mattifying. Okay, now let's move over to these blushes. I'm so excited to try these out. So we're gonna use one on each cheek. And yes, I am going out later, so I'm going to look very, very odd when I go out, but that's okay. That's all right. This one is the Charmed Coral, so 889. We're going to try this first. Let me do a swatch of this. I want to see. Sorry, I'm like kind of going hard over the clover because I want to see if that's overspray. Oh, I don't think it is. I think that goes like all the way down into the pan. Oh, that's nice. Okay, now let me make sure I'm getting both colors because now we've got like a dual color situation going on. So there's the coral shade and here's the pink shade. Oh, this pink is much brighter than I was expecting. Maybe I picked up a lot of the lighter one. Let me see. No, it's very bright. It's like a bubblegum pink. All right, I'm gonna go in with the coral first. I'm gonna use this Smashbox. It's actually their foundation brush, but it looks like a blush brush to me. So I'm just gonna try this one. And this has that same scent. Look at that shimmery finish. Wow, I don't think I picked that up in the swatches as much as I see it on my cheeks. Do you guys see that? So this coral shade, you definitely see the peach, but the light shift is a pink. Oh, wow. Yeah. I feel like the more I buff it, the more it's coming out too. That pink iridescence. Wow, that's pretty. Okay. I was not expecting so much of almost like a duochrome going on. Almost. With that, with the peach and the pink. Oh, I wonder how this is gonna look. I'm cleaning off that same brush because I really liked it. I really liked it for this blush. Now, going into Lucky Pink. This doesn't necessarily have like a color shift, but it's very shiny and it's a very cool toned, like silvery kind of reflect there versus this pink reflect. Wow, they do look quite different. I may need to I may need to figure out my blush situation before I go out in public. But here is the Lucky Pink and here is the Charming Coral. Wow, so unexpected. I was not expecting like so much of a shimmer or highlight quality to either of these. Wow, very pretty. Okay, I'm just gonna throw on some of the Dior Onset Brow Gel. And I do have this in the shade Black. It doesn't say at the bottom here, it just says number 5, but I think this is the black shade. Okay, now for this Charmed Green palette. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I love this color. This is one of my like all-time favorite colors. This sort of antique gold that leans a little green. It's so pretty. Okay, before I do anything, let me do some swatches. So those are the 4 that are around the quint, and then let me do one of the center shade here, which is that minty green. So it's these 5. How pretty. All right, my goodness. We're gonna go green today. I actually have the new Sonia G Builder brush, which is made out of synthetic hair. So all of Sonia G's brushes up until now have been of natural hair, and she's just started with synthetics, which is so, so exciting. So I definitely want to try this. Maybe not right now, but I definitely want to try it with this look. I think I'm going to go in with the Ilia blending brush. I just want like a light wash of one of these colors. Oh, does this remind me of the Prada? The Prada Quad. Hold on one second. Oh, I was thinking of this one. No, it's not it. It's just this one color that sort of stood out to me. Sorry, false alarm, false alarm. I thought that was the one I was thinking of. It's not. That's not the one. So, gosh, which color do I want to start with? This is such an unusual palette for me. I guess I'll start with this like light champagne shade. And all of these shades have a something. None of them are just like a flat matte. Even this dark brown is, I would say, like a very soft satin shade. It's a little bit of a brightening shade on my skin tone. I would imagine this shade would look beautiful on someone with a deeper skin tone to use as like a highlight. I'm just going to use the same brush and go into this bright lemon green. Definitely unusual for me, but what fun. Okay, now I'm going to use this builder brush. So the Sonia G builder brushes are great when you want a high impact for your shadow, or if you're using a shadow that is maybe of a loose consistency, maybe it's kind of chunky, for lack of a better word, and it's like difficult to kind of pick up and grasp. The builder brush is really great for like gripping onto products. So I'm going to try it in this really metallic chartreuse color. Ooh. Did I see that in here? Yeah, there's a really interesting deep base to the chartreuse color. Let me put that over here. Oh, wow. Wow. Ooh. Wow, this brush picked up a lot of product. I just laid it in the pan and just shimmied it across, and it just like grabbed all this product. This shade is so much more green than it looks in here. You know, in here it looks like there's going to be a bit of gold and some yellow, but this on my lid is just kind of straight up green. Ooh. I feel like Dior missed their opportunity and not coming out with this, I don't know, in March sometime? February, for those of you who like to prepare for St. Patty's Day. I'm gonna go back to this Ilia brush and use it to blend out a little bit here. That builder brush, like I said, it's a very concentrated application. I feel like I need a little bit more. Wow. Kind of fun. No? It's definitely not an everyday look for me, but kind of fun. Okay. Gosh, where can I put this mint green? I kind of want to put it to highlight because this has a lot of white in it. So I'm just going to use my finger, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to use my finger and just dab it right in the inner corner here. Bring this out over the center. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh yeah, I feel like that mint green kind of brought everything together. Fun. Unusual, yes? I'm going to use this little brush. This was actually a tester brush from Refer. I'm going to try that and go into this dark brown shade. And line my eyes. And drag a little down here. Now, I think I want to do a little bit more with that mint green. I'm really smitten with this mint green right here. It's so pretty. I'm going to use another brush, same idea from Refer, another tester brush. I'm going to go into that mint green and also line my eyes with this, just underneath that dark brown. And then really get the tear duct area here. How's that? Have you guys ever seen me do a full green eyeshadow look? Maybe a long time ago, right? Hold on, I'm gonna take this Ilia brush again and just for good measure, run it across the top here so that I am blended out. Yeah. Oh my God, what do you guys think? You know, it's so funny. It's like now that I have all this green eyeshadow on, I don't think it looks that insane. You know, I always feel like, oh my gosh, I could never wear that colorful of a look in public, but why not? I don't think, I really don't think it looks like, you know, I would stop people in the streets or anything. I don't know. You guys let me know. You guys let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I do need a lip though. With this, I will say, like if I did a red lip, I feel like that would look too Christmassy. I think I need to do like a very nude, peachy toned lip. Okay, I'm gonna go Hung Bango number 88, which I think is the palest peachy nude I have. And I'm gonna use his Create the Shape lip liner. Okay, and now for the lipstick. Oh my gosh, too pale? Did I go too pale? I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I do think this pink, I don't know. Actually, I was gonna say, I think this pink blush isn't such a great match for this. I do think I would lean towards using more of like a peachy blush, but it doesn't actually look that bad with the green. I don't think it looks that great with the lipstick, but the pink with the green actually doesn't look that bad. But this I think is a little bit more cohesive, this coral color. Well, anyway, gosh, let's do a quick little rundown. More for me than for you. Okay, the loose powder. Probably my favorite loose powder from Dior so far, but I think it's just for my personal taste, I think it just looks a little bit too mattifying on my skin. I'm gonna keep playing with it. I'm gonna try like applying it with a powder puff. I've been getting really into the powder puff application, even though that's a heavier application. Sometimes that can help with the blurring. Maybe I'll try that next time. The blushes are really surprisingly, really interesting, very beautiful. When I saw pictures of them, I was like, okay, these are colors that I'll use. I'll get both. I didn't realize that they had all of this going on. They're not very glittery or anything like that. They just have this really interesting sheen to both of them. So the pink has that cool silver tone sheen. The peach has that pink sheen to it. So it's just really interesting. It's a very soft, very blendable, great formula. I really enjoyed it. It is like a pressed powder. Yeah, pressed powder formula. So nothing complicated. And then the quint, I am really loving this green eyeshadow. I mean, you guys know how much I love green. And if I were to opt for a really colorful eye look, it probably would be a green. But a lot of fun. And this formula actually reminds me of the formulas in the quints that they have that they've been coming out with lately. The ones that have like the textured, it's still hard plastic, but the textured cover, they have that like little bit of a softer formula where they're really easy to blend. That's what these are, more than their regular quints, which have like a little bit of a harder, kind of more of like a baked feel to them. Yeah, this one is softer, so really nice, blends out beautifully. That's it. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.